Very interesting day in the markets, and I brought you guys Kontrol Energy first. And in 19 minutes, we are going to hear their conference call. So I'm going to just dial in now, right? And we'll just hang out. And if you guys have any questions, you can ask me. But I found out some information for you guys. Kontrol Energy is working with 4 licensed producers right now that they have contracts with. They haven't announced them yet, but they have announced that they are working with 4 licensed cannabis producers, as well as so many other giants, which I mentioned to you guys in my earlier video: TD Bank, Enbridge, Consumers Gas, some huge names. Toyota, which they're going to be mentioning in the conference call in 18 minutes. So let me just dial in because I don't want to miss the call. So let me just dial in. We'll dial in a little early. Figured I'd just go live with it, since it's having a nice day. And overall, it's been a very green day in the broader markets. Some cannabis stocks have done well today as well.
Welcome to Global Meet. Please enter your passcode followed by the pound or hash key.
I'll get to you guys' questions in 1 second. Thank you guys for joining. If you guys have any questions, please comment in the comment section.
Please hold while I confirm your passcode. Thank you for joining the Primus Conference Center. If you are the host of this meeting, press the star key now, or you will hear music until the host joins.
Okay, so we'll get into your questions. How you doing, Rui? How you doing,
Wait for the tone. Then say your name and press the pound or hash key.
Rich TV Live.
Quality and meeting experience.
Okay, I'll just put this down a little bit. We're going to mute this. We're going to mute that right now. So we don't need to hear that right now. Actually, just take it off speaker. There we go. So, how you doing, Sky? How you doing, Peter? Rui says, let's do this. Sky says, yo. Peter says, let's go hit it hard on TRST today, bro. Let's get on fire. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. There's no doubt about that. It's coming. We know that. We know it's coming. We know it's coming. Shelby says, hey, Rich, SNN held up after the PR. Glad to see that. Yeah, me too, man. I was scared. I think it means that, they don't want to go under $1. They know that $1 is no man's land under $1. So they want to keep it over $1, which is a good sign. Same thing with Zenabis. They've been able to hold over $1 so far. So hopefully they continue. And when the resurrection comes, we see enormous price appreciation. And it also means that a lot of people are starting to buy these stocks around $1, positioning themselves because they feel these prices are undervalued, underappreciated, underexposed, and I actually agree. Bojangles says, what's up, Rich? We the people, man. Keep up the hard work, my man. Let's go to the beach soon, brother. Yeah, man. I'm down, man. We can all hang at the beach for sure. Peter B says, the FOMO is real. What? Yeah, man. So we're about to go on the conference call for Kontrol Energy. Let's take a look at their website. It is kontrolenergy.com. And if we go and take a look at the stock today, let's see what the stock did. KNR. Yeah, if you go to Rich TV Live, you'll see we are live. And we're literally showing live on richtvlive.com right now. And you can see KNR finished with 85,000 shares have traded today at 68 cents, but there's another exchange that is called the Alternative Exchange that traded over 131,000 shares today, which doesn't reflect here. So very good volume for Kontrol Energy today. Very excited to see what they have to say on the conference call. One of the things that I would like to know, if possible, is how much money can they save somebody on their energy bills? Are we talking 10%? Are we talking 20%? Are we talking 30%? 40%. I'd like to know what the percentages are. So if I'm a company, that's going to be the first question I'm asking. So if I'm talking to a public company and a licensed LP, I can say to them, you should take a look at K&R. They can help you save X amount on your electricity bills, right? And they can help you do this, this, and this. So that's what I'm excited about learning. Obviously, we have a lot of licensed LPs on our show, so it just made sense to put these deals together and hopefully help everybody explode faster. And that's why I like this company, Kontrol Energy. I see a lot of potential. Five Finger Limited says, what's up? Full alert. Isaiah says, what's up, Rich? How you doing, Isaiah? Beth Barra says, hey, Rich, bro, I checked their website. Do they look available cash on the low end? They've been acquiring companies like mCloud has. Yeah, I think their cash is not huge. Their cash and assets is sitting at about 18 million. But you also have to remember, this is just a startup company. And the clients that they're working with are enormous. So if you're a big company and you're working with a small company, then that's going to attract more big companies. And eventually, as more and more companies start signing on with Kontrol Energy, I can see their revenue growing exponentially. It already has grown exponentially. If you listen to the earnings conference call, you'll hear that the revenues have been growing quarter over quarter and year over year. I think some numbers we saw were like 93% and 80% year over year. That's extremely impressive growth. And if it consistently grows like that, we have a chance to potentially get into a sleeping giant. And that's exactly what we look for as long-term investors. We look for companies that are undervalued, underappreciated, underexposed, good share structure. This company has less than 30 million shares, good hot industry that has a need. They're saving everybody money on their electricity bills, cannabis companies, buildings, institutions, schools, anybody that has a big electricity bill, these guys can help. So I see huge potential there. I think the sky's the limit. I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to read to you guys some of their, I'm on the conference call, so I was going to read to you guys some of their partnerships. They're pretty impressive, but I don't want to leave this line here, so I'll do that in another video. VH says, will AUSA run? I think it will. Rui Pinero says, is this a long-term play? I think every play I bring you guys is a long-term play. Companies that are undervalued, underappreciated, underexposed, and have huge long-term potential. That's kind of my style. I'm not really a day trader. I'm more of a long-term investor. So when I look for companies, I try to find companies that I think are going to grow and going to get bigger and going to get better. And that's what I think we have found here with Kontrol Energy Corp, in my opinion. Bo Jangle says AMC Fast and the Furious, Hobbs and Shaw. Five Finger Limited says, I am in, bought 3,000 shares in at 50 cents. Congratulations, Five Finger Limited. You bought them in Canada, in America? Let's see here. Let's take a look at the American. Maybe I can see your shares. Let's see. So that's the Canadian one. And let's take a look at the US one. Kontrol Energy Corp, KNRLF in America, KNR in Canada. Yeah, look at that. I see your shares, man. 5,918 shares in America, up 8.3%. And I can pretty much guarantee that's all Rich TV Live members because there was 1,000 shares before I went live and it finished up with almost 6,000 shares. So that's all you guys, man. That's all you guys, man. That's the Rich TV Live effect right there. Berg's Corner says, sup everyone, good day in the markets today. Keep up the great work. When the markets are down, that's a buying opportunity. Don't listen to people that panic. Don't listen to trolls. Don't listen to haters. And don't listen to shorters. When the stocks are down, it's a buying opportunity. Okay? It's as simple as that. Every investor knows this. When stocks are down, that's a buying opportunity. I'm going to keep saying it until it starts to register with people. When stocks are down, that's a buying opportunity, not a panicking opportunity. You don't see this guy panicking, man. This guy will just buy more stocks, lower my costs, wait for an explosion, and sell for a profit, baby. Bo Jangle says, don't forget to like Rich's live chat video. Thank you, Bo. I appreciate you. Beth Beraz says buy long term. Well, I mean, it worked for Warren Buffett. He's the best investor of all time. If it worked for Warren Buffett, it can work for us in our community. And even Zoom Away Travel, I mean, it's done really well. Let's quickly just look at Zoom Away Travel, one that we brought, one of our own community picks, another secret stock pick brought to us by Justin, the Rain Man, the Rich TV Live Rain Man. Let's take a look at Zoom Away. Okay, it's at 12 cents, okay? We brought this at 2 cents. 2 cents. So if you got in at 2 cents and it's at 12 cents, this has been months. This wasn't overnight. This was months. It's been about 3 to 6 months. I would say more about 3-4 months. We got in and we've seen returns. Took about 3-4 months, but man, 600%. If you got in at 2 cents and you sell at 12-13 cents, you made 600%. That's big. And that's what we like to do here. We like to find the stocks before they explode. That's what makes us the best. And that's what makes you guys the best community on YouTube and the best trading community in the world. We find the stocks before they explode. We don't copy other people. I don't go to other channels to see their picks. We have our own picks and we focus on our picks. And we like to find picks first before they explode. Let me remind you guys, we found Aurora Cannabis in 2017, January. We found Canopy Growth in January 2017. We found Afria in January 2017. We found Village Farms in 2017. We found Organogram in January 2017. We found Chronos Group in January 2017. We found the HMMJ ETF in January 2017. And we brought them first on YouTube for the whole world to see. When nobody believed that these cannabis stocks would explode, we always believed. Take a look at the charts of all of those stocks. They've all gone up exponentially. Now, yeah, they've come back down recently, but if you look at the prices they were at when we started talking about it, they're all up dramatically, even from these prices. They're all up, every single one of them in the last 2.5 years that I just mentioned, dramatically, even after the correction. That's what this is. This is a correction. So after this correction, there will be followed by a resurrection, and we're going to see stocks skyrocket again, and we're going to see the cannabis stocks go back to 52-week highs. Not all of them, but the best ones will. That's the way the stock market goes. That's the way the stock market goes. So you want to buy low and you want to sell high. And that's it. Keep it really, really simple. Doesn't matter if it's real estate. It doesn't matter if it's stock. If you buy low and you sell high, you will win. If you buy high and chase green and sell in the red, you're going to lose. So don't chase green. Chase red. Focus on doing the research. Find great companies at low prices. Research. And once you find them, if you really truly believe in them, like Justin did with ZMA, and he started getting it at a penny and then 2 cents, and he's made a killing, and it bought him over 8,000 shares of Aurora Cannabis with his winnings on Zoom Away Travel, and he still has stock in Zoom Away Travel. That's how well he's done. When you find something you really like and you've done the research, you've done the due diligence, and you put your money there and you give it time to develop and mature and grow like a flower or a tree, it's nothing better. It's an amazing, amazing thing to see companies grow. Okay, let's just look into this conference call. Oh, it looks like we're in the line. Hold on. Hi, Rich TV Live here.
We're going to be starting in the next 5 minutes. We'll just place everyone on mute beforehand.
All right. I was told. Get put on mute. Jason Garza says, that's right. There are babies. And we love to find these babies. We love to find these babies. Let's see here. I'm just reading some of you guys' messages. Beth Barra says, long-term hold means until next spring. No, it means until you see profits. I mean, to me, I will hold until I see profit. And then after I'm in the profit, then it just decides how long I want to hold then. Lil says, I grabbed some as well. Congratulations, Lils. I hope you win big. Five Finger Limited says, as soon as you brought it to the community, I bought immediately. Wow. Well, I hope you win big, my friend. Drew D says, I love a great long-term play.
Joining the meeting.
Jason Garza says, Beth, be patient. Guys, you can join the meeting too, eh? If you guys want to join, please feel free to join, or you can listen right here. Here's the conference call number. Feel free to dial in yourselves if you want. Jason Garza says, Beth, be patient and sell in the green. 30% is a start. Yeah, absolutely. I'll take anything 10% or more. It's kind of my style. RD says, if the U.S. can get a handle on the trade deal, we see a huge rally like never seen before. I agree. Eno Hara says, I'm holding still at 2 cents. Long-term hold. You're holding ZMA? Oh, wow. You're up 600%. Good for you, man. RD says, ZMA will close $1 within the next 6 months. Wow. Jason Garza says, we're watching when there was no real cannabis sector. I know. When it just started, we were watching. Jason Garza says, that's right, Rich. Teach us. Hey, man, we're all teaching each other. We all help each other. We all teach each other. We all find these deals together. Okay, we're about to go live with this conference call in 2 minutes. So at that point in time, I won't be saying a word unless I have an opportunity to ask a question. Thank you, Five Finger Limited. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate all of you guys for being here and joining me and going on this journey with me. Hopefully we find another winner. Kontrol Energy Corp is a leader in the energy efficiency sector through IoT, cloud, and SaaS technology. With the disciplined mergers and acquisition strategy combined with organic growth, Kontrol Energy Corp provides market-based energy solutions to our customers designed to reduce their overall cost of energy while providing a corresponding reduction in greenhouse gas emissions. Unbelievable. Kontrol Energy was recently announced as the 7th fastest growing startup in Canada by Canadian Business and Maclean's. The 7th fastest growing startup in Canada. That's big. I don't know what to say, man. That's big. Thank you, Beth. It is a great community, and I'm just proud to be a part of it. And thank you guys for making this the greatest community in the world. And thank you, YouTube, for providing the greatest streaming community platform in the world where we can all work together and share information in real time. And feel free to join us in the conference, guys. You can see the call-in number, participant password. Feel free to join the meeting. That way you can even ask questions yourself if you have any. And that's the best thing that I can do for you is put you in direct contact with the company if you have any questions as an investor. I think that's the best way to go. All right, guys, we are about to go live very, very soon with the conference call. I'm about to unmute this very, very soon here. This is Kontrol Energy. For those of you that want to read about the company, what they do, you can go to kontrolenergy.com.
Good afternoon. This is Antonio Machino from Kontrol Energy. I'll be your moderator for the conference call today. Next, friendly reminder to please place your phone lines on mute so it's not disrupting the call. We don't hear any background noise. I'd like to welcome you all to the Kontrol Energy second quarter 2019 financial results release and conference call. The CEO of Kontrol Energy, Paul Ghezzi, and the CFO, Claudio Del Vaso, provide management comments, and then we will have a question and answer period. Before we begin, please be reminded that certain statements and information included in the management discussion and analysis and including information relating to future financial or operating performance and express expectations of management or estimates of future performance constitute forward-looking statements. For more information on the company's forward-looking statements and risk factors, please see our second quarter management discussion and analysis and our second quarter financial statements. For all public information filings, please visit cdr.com. I will now turn it over to Paul Gazzi, CEO of Kontrol Energy Corp.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Kontrol Energy second quarter 2019 financial statement call. I'm joined on the call by our CFO, Claudio Del Vasto, who will summarize the financial results for the second quarter. Kontrol Energy is a leader in the energy efficiency sector through IoT, cloud, and SaaS technology. With a disciplined mergers and acquisition strategy combined with organic growth, we provide market-based energy solutions and technologies to our customers in order to reduce their overall cost of energy while providing a corresponding reduction in greenhouse gas emissions. We are
Joining the meeting.
The results.
Charles Boyle.
A strong second quarter and first half of 2019, with revenue and adjusted EBITDA significantly higher over the same period in the prior year. Our strong performance reflects new business activities coming online from the completed 2018 acquisition and organic growth from our technology platform. I'll speak more to that later in the call. I will now pass it over to our CFO, Claudio Del Vasto, to present our financial results in more detail.
Thanks, Paul. Hello, everyone. This is Claudio Del Vasto, CFO of Kontrol Energy. I'm pleased to provide you with a short briefing on our second quarter 2019 financial results. Revenue for the 3 months ended June 30, 2019 was $3.9 million, an increase of $1.9 million or 93% over the comparative quarter in the prior year. For the 6 months ended June 30, 2019, revenue increased by 80% to $7.6 million compared to $4.2 million in the same period of 2018. Second quarter and year-to-date performance reflects significant revenue contribution from energy retrofit activities, back testing, audit and design, continuous emission installations, instrumentation sales, and SaaS. Gross profit for the 3 months ended June 30, 2019 was $1.9 million, an increase of $331,000 over the comparative quarter in the prior year. For the 6 months ended June 30, 2019, gross profit increased by $909,000 to $3.8 million compared to $2.8 million in the same period of 2018. Gross margin for the 6 months ended June 30, 2019 was 49% compared to 67% for the same period in the prior year. The gross margin is in line with management's expectations and reflects the adjusted mix of revenue and cost of sales under a growing organization with changing product and service offerings. Adjusted EBITDA for the 3 months ended June 30, 2019 was $233,000 compared to $66,000 for the second quarter in the prior year. For the 6 months ended June 30, 2019, adjusted EBITDA improved significantly to $501,000 compared to negative $376,000 in the same period of 2018. The impact of accretive acquisition and overall scaling of operations has resulted in lower operating expenses as a percentage of revenue. Total operating expenses, excluding share-based compensation, for the 6 months ended June 30, 2019 was $3.9 million or 51% of revenue, and that compares to a ratio of 82% in the same period of 2018. The improvement demonstrates the favorable impact on earnings as corporate overhead expenses are spread over a much larger and growing revenue base. Cash flow used in operating activities improved by $918,000 for the year to date over the same period in the prior year and reflects enhanced operational performance and working capital management. In respect of our $5.2 million 2016 debenture offering that we announced during the first quarter of 2019 a maturity extension of 1 year. Based on strong investor demand, a material amount of these debentures were extended to October 31.
Joining the meeting.
As at June 30, 2019, the current portion was $2,136,000. However, since June 30th, additional subscription additional subscriptions were received or were under review for maturity extension. And that totaled $552,000, which would reduce the current portion noted in our balance sheet of $2,136,000 to approximately $1.6 million. The final total extended subscription amount will be known in the third quarter of the fiscal year. This provides an important improvement to our balance sheet. Okay, back to you, Paul.
Thank you, Claudio. I would like to now address our 2019 outlook and specifically our activity in the Smart Factory strategic partnership with Toyota Tsusho, the cannabis sector, and most recently the plant-based meat substitute sector. From our most recent quarter, we are running at approximately $60 million annual run rate, with our next acquisition anticipated to close in Q3 or early Q4, and that will take us to an approximate run rate of $22 to $23 million. Toyota Smart Factory Partnership. In Q1 of 2019, we announced that we entered into a strategic partnership with Toyota Tsusho to provide a smart factory platform to the market. The platform is based on the Kontrol Energy Smart Site Software as a Service technology. The three principal areas of Smart Factory are buildings, utilities, and production. In each of those areas, there is demand to digitize energy and process and provide real-time feedback to management to reduce costs, improve profitability, and provide insights and visibility for continuous improvement. A potential customer base in the Toyota facility is a Toyota facility in the automotive parts, and automotive parts support sector. We've identified 200 facilities as the first target in the Toyota group. Each of those facilities has an approximate value of $1 million in CapEx. Like most large factory facilities, that would be spread out over a number of years. But from an opportunity perspective, each factory represents approximately $1 million. This is a significant new organic growth vertical for Kontrol that we're working diligently to expedite. We are anticipating Canadian orders in the near term based on the work done to date. And in Q4, we are anticipating our first U.S. factory orders. The Toyota opportunity for Kontrol represents an important growth engine on our vertical side, but we are not limited to Toyota. We're in the cannabis sector and most recently the new and exciting plant-based meat substitute sector. So let's deal with the cannabis sector. As you may know, up to 50% of a cannabis grow-op can be spent in energy costs. Through our solutions and technologies, we provide grow operations the ability to better manage and reduce their overall cost of energy, which has a positive impact on reducing grow costs and improving profitability, which the sector needs in aggregate. In addition to energy, grow operations are facing odor and emission challenges. With new potential regulations designed to treat grow operations like the industrial sector, growers are facing more scrutiny. Through our operating subsidiaries, Ortec and Dempsey, we have more than 60 years of combined experience in odor and emission management testing and solutions. The cannabis sector is an important growth vertical for Kontrol, and currently we're in a number of facilities assisting with odor and emissions and energy. An exciting new opportunity that we recently worked our way into in the plant-based meat substitute sector. We have recently been engaging in this sector. Our subsidiary, Sensi, which specializes in process improvement equipment, is very active in the sector and has more than 20 years of experience in integrating process solution equipment which can monitor and measure various important and critical metrics in real time. We hope to share more about some of these opportunities in the coming months as we can announce pilots or revenue opportunities. In conclusion, as a senior management and shareholders in the business, we have limited common share dilution and have demonstrated our ability to scale the business. We are proud that we have been able to maintain one of the best common share structures in the small cap Canadian market, owning 29 million shares in basic. For the past 3 years, we've been recognized as one of Canada's fastest growing startups, and we seek to continue on that path. In the coming 12 months, we have a number of strategic objectives that we are going to execute on, including a big board listing. Thank you.
Joining the meeting.
Take questions, and we'll start with an email question that we received. The first question is, how is the company addressing the ever-growing need in the cannabis industry for odor control solutions about that is right now, odors and emissions are not regulated like the industrial sector. So the cannabis sector has a wide range of opportunities on how they address odors and emissions. And essentially what we're seeing now is it's a good neighbor policy, which means they have some discretion over how much they spend to solve the problem. Our feeling is, and based on policy guidelines, that if they become treated like the industrial sector, where there are specific emissions and odors that are regulated, the industry, that part of the industry will be much more robust. So currently we're in a number of facilities providing testing and monitoring solutions. We anticipate that will grow, and should the policy change, that could be a major win for Kontrol in the future. So we're happy to take any questions on the financials or any questions on Kontrol's growth.
Hey there, my name is Colin. I'm from Fundamental Research Corp. And we just have two questions here. The first one is, should we expect seasonality in sales for the coming quarters?
So great question. So typically with Kontrol, if you look at the pattern, Q4 is the strongest. There is seasonality. And what that relates to is part of our revenue is project-based, and projects can move from quarter to quarter. So you will see some uptick and downtick. But generally speaking, if you look at the run rate, we're very close. And you will see, a couple percent here, a couple percent there of movement in the revenue based on it's more project and some seasonality in Q1.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And the second question that I have is, with the closing of the electrical efficiency company in Q3 2019, how long do you expect is needed to integrate the assets of this acquisition?
So typically what we do and what we look for in an acquisition is a company that can operate as an independent subsidiary with strong management that continues in the business. And then we integrate on a cross-selling platform.
In-depth analysis and concise reporting. Need to know global business news around the world and across the market. Bloomberg connects the dots. Stay on top of today's headlines. Follow big breakthroughs in tech. Understand the latest political issues. See how the world's wealthiest are spending their money. Track what's happening in the markets, and much more. Subscribe today to Bloomberg.
Sorry, we're having some background experience. Please place your all your phones on mute.
Bloomberg.com/subscription.
Why is delivering the best client experience a top priority at BNY Mellon's Pershing? Michelle Feinstein, Director of Client Engagement, explains. Today's investors want a financial relationship
Sorry, you hear a radio in the back.
and leverages the latest digital technology. At BNY Mellon's Pershing, helping
Hello?
advisory firms and broker-dealers create great experiences for their clients is our priority. Through our integrated wealth experience, we
Guys,
give you
there's
a
like
high-tech service, flexible technology choices, and
Leaving the meeting.
so you can deliver a highly personalized experience to your clients at every step, from onboarding to wealth planning.
I don't know, Paul. It looks
Leaving the meeting.
And because we're part of
Very
BNY
strong
Mellon,
energy
you'll
for it.
benefit from more than 230 years of strength and stability. At Pershing, we're personally invested in your success. Visit Pershing.com to learn more about Pershing's integrated wealth experience. Pershing LLC and Pershing Advisors Solutions
Leaving the meeting.
are both members of FINRA and CIFIC.
Charles Desjardins.
Hi, I'm Dan.
Hello?
Hello?
It looks like it stopped, guys.
Hello?
It look-
Yeah.
Thank God. Go ahead, guys.
Should I repeat the question? We sort of got a random noise there.
Yeah, it's. I'm not sure if you can hear me, but it's Christian, the CEO of Kontrol. I think I might have heard the Kontrol Paul and Antonio may have dropped off, but can you hear me?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm not able. I'm not sure I can answer all your questions, but certainly we'll try. If they dial back in, they can certainly try and help. I think I heard them drop off. So anyway, what was your question there?
Oh, so the question I had was, with the closing of the electrical efficiency company in Q3 2019, how long do you company think is needed to integrate the assets of the acquisition?
Okay, and to Paul's point, I think he was starting by talking a little bit about the fact that when we do make acquisitions, we really count on them as a successful, profitable company to continue on the track that they're on. And we look not to necessarily integrate or change that world necessarily, but to benefit from cross-selling and, relationship, customer-based kind of sharing activities. And that's what we focused on. It's worked out very well for us. I don't know if that answers your question, but in terms of integration, it's not something where we kind of fold them into the organization for the most part. Carl B. Partners.
Yeah, that answers the question. And we just have one more follow-up to that.
Sure.
So how's the acquisition pipeline looking? Are we expecting acquisitions to continue driving growth of the company, or do you expect the company to shift to more organic growth going forward?
No, I would say that we'd stay the course. I mean, we've got a number of acquisition potentials in the pipeline that we're investigating almost on a weekly basis, but we're looking into those. I'm also partly responsible for some of that activity. So that is still a major force in the company and our growth strategy. Obviously, it allows us to grow faster and acquire more customers.
Joining the meeting.
But certainly the organic
challenges on the system. We're back. Apologies for that.
Okay.
So I was just wrapping up the question. I think I addressed it, but if I didn't, and you want to ask that again.
Hey, Paul. Yeah, Paul, it's Christian. We just had a follow-up question to that. I tried to answer it, but I can let him ask that next question. It was in regards to our acquisition pipeline. And do we see that strategy changing and shifting more towards organic growth, or is it going to stay the course? And I answered, but you can actually answer that question again.
Well, I mean, in general, we're a blend, and we're very opportunistic. So if there's something we like, we'll do it. If not, we won't. And organic growth is a big part of our story. From my perspective, because I get most of the calls, we get to look at about a company every 2 weeks right now. It doesn't mean we're interested, but we have a good flow from the M&A sector, lawyers, accountants, deal guys. So there's no shortage of opportunity, but we're just a very strategic and opportunistic firm when it comes to that.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. That's all the questions that I have.
Thank you.
Paul, it's Jake Stevenson at Mackie Research. Any chance you can talk about the upcoming, maybe in more detail about the upcoming debenture that's coming due? I know some of them are going to be extended, but what about the balance, and how are you going to afford to pay for it?
Yeah, so we have, if you look at one of our most recent press releases, we announced a letter of intent with a financing firm that will provide us capital for the next acquisition and also some general working capital. We also have our new convertible debenture raise. So between those two pools of capital, the remaining debenture, which we anticipate will be about $1.4 million, will be paid back, and the rest will be extended.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Thank you. Any other questions for us?
Hi guys, this is Rich from Rich TV Live. I had a question about the amount of savings you can provide. There's a lot of talk about savings, but is there a percentage of savings that if a company was interested, we'd be able to tell them, okay, you can save 10% a year or 20% a year on your electricity bills? Do you have a specific number you can give us?
So is this Rich, is it for the cannabis sector or in general?
Just in general. Thank you.
Okay, so we're basically, we work in numerous forms of buildings. There's commercial buildings, multi-residential, industrial factories, grow. Each kind of building has its own electricity footprint and demand. On average, we can save between 20 and 30%. In a grow facility, it can be as high as 50, essentially because they're running 24/7 continuously. And within that, the customer has to see a good payback. So typically, payback is 3 years or less on technology and solution. Does that answer your question, Rich?
Yes, it does. Thank you very much. So up to 50% for cannabis companies and 20 to 30% for commercial buildings.
Correct.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, hi guys, do you hear me?
Yes.
I would just like to know, I'm Charles, I'm a personal investor. I always decided just going with Toyota. Do you have any good advancements or like rating of some sort that you could attribute to that project? Or
So the way it works with Toyota Two-Show, so Toyota Two-Show...
Leaving the meeting.
Toyota Two-Show is the company that services all of the Toyota plants. And in partnership with Toyota Two-Show, we're going facility by facility. And we then prepare an assessment of that facility and what we think the facility should do to be a smart facility. And then, of course, you have to deliver a rate of return that the president of that facility is interested in. So from that perspective, if you think of what a 100,000 square foot factory, you have to walk those individually. So we've been through right now approximately 6 facilities, which is very good. We've completed a very strong pilot, which is now bringing us into the U.S. And we're expecting orders on the first few facilities very shortly. So given the size of Toyota, given they're an international conglomerate, they're never going to work as fast as a small cap. That's just the nature of the beast. So whenever you're working with a large company, it's very process driven. But what we can say is the opportunity is enormous. The POs will be favorable in terms of size. And we're really just at the early stages, the first inning of working together. We're very excited about moving into the U.S. with them because the U.S. facilities are bigger. So I would say it's one part of our organic growth, an important part, and we're very excited about the future.
okay, thanks.
Okay, so I think that wraps up questions. Thank you very much, everyone. We apologize for the technical difficulties. If you have any questions, please email admin@kontrolenergy.com, and we'd be happy to get back to you. Thank you, and have a wonderful evening.
Leaving the meeting.
Thank you, guys. Have a nice day. All right, there it is. So up to 50% savings for cannabis companies. I had no clue it was that high. Wow. My hairs are standing. This is epic. And up to 20 to 30% for commercial buildings and facilities. And wow, like my mind is blown. I'm just thinking about all the different companies I can contact now that could use this. So stay tuned, guys. I really like this company. It's our new secret pick. And I'm planning on having the CEO on the show on Tuesday of next week. So I don't have anything definitive yet. I'd like to have him on the show on Tuesday. So stay tuned. Get your popcorn ready. This is your boy Rich from Rich TV Live. If you're not winning, you're not watching. Really like this company. Really excited about them. It's not every day you see companies like this that are this big trading at these prices and are still so new that nobody knows. Have a tight share structure, less than 30 million shares. So Mackey's an institutional investor. They were on the call. Mackey Research was on the call. So institutions are watching, probably buying. Let me show you guys some of their clients. Like, it's nuts. Like, just before we go, I'm going to give you guys some of their clients. This is nuts. I was mind boggled. Like, they have some big clients. Okay, so in the automotive industry, their clients are DMS, CTL Group, Greenwin, Realstar, Toronto Community Housing, and Toronto Catholic District School Board. That's huge. So they're dealing with schools, guys. In software, they're dealing with Toyota, WestJet, TELUS, TD Bank, Bentall Kennedy, Oxford, Manulife Financial, Brookfield, Timber Creek, and Q Residential. That's 10 huge companies just in software. Airlines, Like in GHG emissions, like gas, natural gas, Enbridge, which is just one of the largest gas companies in Canada, one of the largest in the world, Union Gas, which is one of the biggest companies here in Vancouver. It's the biggest company. It's the gas company here in Vancouver. Nova Chemicals, Suncor Energy, Lafarge, which is just a giant globally, Cavita, and Imperial. Huge, huge partners that are working with these guys using their services right now. And for retrofit, they're working with Q Residential, DBS, Power and Energy, Centurion, Lakeridge Health, Skyline, CTL Group, and Balnar Management. I don't know, man. Yeah, you're right. This deserves a full alert. Or is it FOMO is real? It deserves one of those, for sure. But I'm going to put it on full alert. We got a full alert.
For everything you need and didn't even know you
We got a full alert.
Bed Bath & Beyond's got it.
Cryptocurrencies, cannabis stocks,
your boy's
and
gonna
CEO
find you
interviews
another
brought
giant.
to you by Rich.
Everybody
TV
else
Live.
is talking about the same stock over and over and over. Your boy brings you the next pick, the next winner, the next secret pick. That's all I gotta say, man. That's all I gotta say, man.
Ill Kid.
We on a full alert.
Rich TV Live. You know it's a full alert, baby.
You know it's a full alert.
It's Bugatti Beats.
Yeah. Full alert is full alert. Full alert is full alert. Full alert is full alert. Yeah. I told y'all motherfuckers about a rubber and how it's gonna blow up. And Kira did the same and make you throw up. I was talking about Kush bottles, KSHB. I was talking about I ain't this and what they gon' be. It was BVO. We gave you all the answers. TRST, shit, you know it's can't trust. Don't forget about Afria, we brought you into harvest. But why you still hate on the kid? Why? That shit is far-fetched, just the 52-week lows. That's just how it goes. Rich TV is here, we about to make some dough. Yeah, right on everything in January, shit is popping now. Rolling up some good in the backwood and we buffing clouds. Bow down, I ain't a hater like you. Bow down to a greater trader than you. Bow down, I ain't a hater like you. Bow down to a greater trader than you. Yeah. Full alert is full alert. Whoa. Full alert is full alert. Full alert is full alert. Yeah. Full alert is full alert. Let me take you to the future with ACB on top and Afria right next to that shit in the second slot. I'm like Jordan in his prime, shooting with Pippen, making money all the time, fucking with some man. Kush bottles ain't going nowhere. You know it's gaining hype, and if you ain't watching, you ain't winning. It's time to say goodnight. Xena with the fever, that shit diva with the heater. You can leave that shit with Beaver. I don't fuck with non-believers. I got fire in my pocket, make my way up to Supreme. If you bet on this company, you gon' make some cream. XLY, I got lots of that. It's about to pop in fact. I ain't gotta stop the rap to tell you that you copping that. Vivo, I buy that in my Speedo with eyes closed, eating a burrito or eating on some fucking Cheetos. Yeah, you know you buy that shit. It's a new strike on these haters and the missile get you hit. Yeah, bow down, I ain't a hater like you. Bow down to a greater trader than you. Bow down, I ain't a hater like you. Bow down to a greater trader than you. Yeah, full alert is full alert. Yo, full alert is full alert. Full alert is full alert. Yo, full alert is full alert. Rich TV Live. Ill Kid in the fucking building.
So KNR, I think this is going to be a giant. And with all of the partnerships and relationships and companies that we're working with in the cannabis sector and with all the sectors, I see so much potential and so much upside. It's funny because on Rich TV Live, it's showing up as 85,000 shares traded, but on TMX Money, it's showing up as 135,000 shares traded. So I don't understand what the difference is there, what the discrepancy is. Tom the Trader says, sideline for now. This is getting too cheap though. Yeah, so you're gonna buy it soon, right? Hey Tom, you can buy it. Join the Zenabis army, bro. But you know what? I'm gonna give you some respect, Tom. You called the fact that it would drop, and you were right. So I have to respect the fact that you called that drop. So good call. Good call. I didn't think it would go this low. You know, evidently I was wrong. Insiders want to sell. My attitude is let them sell. You know, that means more opportunity for us to get cheap shares. And at the end of the day, I've always been a long-term investor, and Zenabis for me is a long-term trade. I own 26,000 shares now, and I plan to buy more. So if any insiders on Zenabis or anybody on Zenabis wants to continue to sell the giant at these low levels, I'm okay with it, because that's going to give people like me and other investors and community members the opportunity to get in cheap. You will buy when the new CEO is in place. That CEO is pretty young. But you know what? I've never met him, so I don't know if he's in over his head or not. I wouldn't make that judgment without actually speaking with him. I'd like to speak with him before I make that judgment. But I've never had a chance to speak with him. But yeah, he is young. But if you actually look at all the large institutions, they're all, including TD Bank, they're all saying that Zenabis is a buy. Alice Castillo says, Jason, diversify. If you put, say, 2 to 3K in Zenabis, 2 to 3K in Suniva, etc., how can you go wrong? It's easy to average down later. Yeah, I mean, that's how traders trade. You long-term investors buy stocks, and then if they go down, you buy more. That's how Jim Cramer trades. That's how all the large institutions in Canada trade. Hedge funds trade. They look for great companies that they like and they believe in. They buy them, and if they go down, they buy more. And they don't put all of their money into one stock. Typically, fund managers, mutual funds, fund managers across Canada and the United States, they'll have at least 10 to 20 stocks that they buy for their community of investors. And then what they do is they have a certain amount of money in cash. So they have a certain amount of bullets in cash at all times, and they have a certain amount of holdings. And if the stock goes down, they hit it. They buy a little bit. When the stocks go up, they sell it. And that's kind of how they trade. And that's kind of how I trade. So right now, the cannabis sector is heavily oversold, undervalued and underappreciated. And that's creating a buying opportunity for all of us. Jason Garza says, go 5 fingers, smoke another one. Tom the Trader says, I only make that judgment based on the financing track record. Yeah, but you know what? At the same time, this will be the last financing they will need to do, other than one more financing, which will be a bank loan at much favorable rates. So I think that from here, I mean, yeah, it might go a little bit lower, but I think from here, the upside is tremendous. I really do. Tom the Trader says, anyhow, wishing you luck. I hate seeing in the red, especially when it gets this stupid. But instead of saying, I hate seeing in the red, you should be thinking that this is a buying opportunity, because that's all it is. Jason Garza says, I'll go in Xena when they get more momentum. Yeah, follow the momentum, man. The trend is your friend. Bo Jangle says, let's go to the beach, brother. Alex says, and it's easy to hold if anything goes wrong because you invested in many companies. Some will grow fast, some long-term, no biggie. Yeah, and I've got so many different stocks. Some are up, some are down. When they're down, I buy more. When they go up, I sell. And you just rinse and repeat and you rotate when you have a lot of holdings. If you have all your eggs in one basket and all your money tied up in one stock, then you can get really, really hurt because it doesn't give you liquidity. And if you don't have liquidity, then you don't have the ability to go out there and actually make new investments and invest in new opportunities or invest in great companies that are hugely undervalued. Okay, Isaiah says, let's talk about the 50% savings. That's incredible. Bojangle says, don't forget to like the Rich video. Yeah, love Kontrol Energy, up to 50% savings for cannabis companies, 20 to 30% savings for commercial buildings, schools, airlines, airports, anyone who uses electricity can use Kontrol Energy. That's why I think Kontrol Energy is going to be a giant. They've got 4 LPs that I've already signed with them. They haven't announced yet because they're all under NDA. Okay, this is Rich from Rich TV Live, and you can see this right here. Kontrol Energy secures new contract with Canadian cannabis producer. So stay tuned. Another winner, another secret pick that your boy brought you guys first, because that is our mandate, is to bring you companies first before anybody else and try to bring them at the bottom. So when everybody's panicking and everyone's complaining about how low the stocks are, that's when we're going to buy. When everybody else is scared of the red, we actually buy. And then when everyone's beating their chest talking about how great they are and chasing green, that's when we're selling. We're buying villas. We're buying yachts. We're buying cars. We're buying chains. We're buying watches.